Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
It's time. 6:08. It's time. 6:08. Thursday, June 16th, 67 degrees, getting all the way up to 67 degrees today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio, streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. We are joined in studio now by Patrick Trushell.
Hello.
Vice President of Sales, Chrono Energy.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Actually,
morning.
that's President.
I'm
Chrono
just going
Energy?
off. Listen,
That's okay.
I'm trying to go off of your. You know what I did? I went off your LinkedIn.
Yeah, I need to upgrade that.
Yeah, which had the cool picture of you pointing at the screen. It's like you're you're looking pretty.
It's an exciting picture.
You got promoted to the president now.
Yeah, I moved up in the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I thought you did that on purpose because it's your company,
Right.
And I thought that was like to show that there's some hierarchy there. That's.
Yeah, there was, and that changed.
Nice.
So.
Well, congratulations on the there. You heard it here first on Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Patrick just got promoted to now president of Chrono Energy. So let me close that out. Okay, got it. Good. So, Patrick, why don't you tell us a little bit about what is Chrono Energy?
So Chrono Energy is a full-service energy broker, marketer, depending on who you talk to. So Chrono Energy deals with the supply for your business or even home at this point. We didn't do any residential up until this year. And we pretty much help businesses around New Jersey and the other 13 states that we happen to be in with their energy costs, lowering their natural gas and electricity.
That's awesome. So how do you you basically shop the energy market? Is that it?
Yeah. So there's energy's been deregulated in New Jersey for several years. It's been I believe 15 years for natural gas and about 10 years for electric now at this point. So it's been going on for a long time. So we pretty much do a bid process for every single company that we do business with. We put it out to all the different suppliers, about 15 suppliers that we have that we currently work with right now, and they come back a couple days later with some pricing back that shows a better rate than what they're paying, and then we present it to the company, and there it is. Let the savings begin.
So let the savings begin.
Yeah.
So on average, what do you find that you're able to, what percentage-wise?
It really depends on the utility. The utility here at JCP&L, New Jersey Natural Gas. JCP&L, we're looking at somewhere between a 12 and 18% savings per year compared to the rates, and same thing in the New Jersey Natural Gas. It just depends on the time of year, to be honest with you.
Okay. Have you ever had a client come to you and you weren't able to save them money?
Never. That's never happened in Chrono's history. No. There's times that maybe they're with a different supplier at the time, and when at the end of their contract, if the prices and the rates are not there, then we can't do anything for them. But as far as going against the utility, that's never happened in the 7 years that I've been doing this.
Really?
Yeah. Just kind of it's the way the numbers fall.
So okay. So I want you to take yourself out of your. So I know you just got promoted to president from vice president, but now I want you to take yourself. I want you. Was there a big ceremony or anything? Okay.
No.
So now I want you to take yourself out of it, right? I want you to be to stand outside of your body, looking outside of your business, okay, and objectively. Why would somebody not do this? What's the downside of dealing?
I think there's a common fear. People have known about their utility their entire life. That's all they've ever heard about. That they get a bill from this person that sends them an electric bill every single month. They say that's the guy I have to pay. All of a sudden, you've got companies like mine that pop up and say, "Wait, no, we can save you money." And I think people are a little apprehensive on wanting to switch over or not understanding. I don't think that they understand all the facts about how the whole energy switch happens. Because JCP&L never leaves you. They still bill you. They still own the trucks and the lines and the meters on your business, but they don't own the actual commodity of
right.
electric.
So you're saying that there's a comfort level of seeing when I get my bill, seeing that that big utility name on there, and so we don't want to take the plunge.
Yeah, and then that's the misconception. JCP&L still stays your electric provider. They're just not the supplier anymore. So you still get that comfort of the JCP&L bill, but the line items change.
Why doesn't JCP&L shop suppliers?
Well, JCP&L posts right on their website. Here's the suppliers that you should use. Here's here's the brokers that you can use. Because it is deregulated, they kind of have no choice but to allow this to happen.
But how come they don't? Well, how come they're not always shopping for my best price?
Well, they are, but they're got a lot of overhead. It's a big company.
Gotcha.
To deal with.
All right. So listen. So there you go. And as Noel Latano just posted on Facebook, CEO of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, hashtag let the savings begin.
Aha, there it is.
There you go.
And I appreciate that.
No problem. All right. So
text in the mail.
So Pat, I mean, as a small boy, right, back in your native Bavaria. No, it seemed like it would fit.
Right.
Anyway, as a small boy, were you thinking, gosh, I really hope one day I can get into the energy business because I love it. And that's what I want to do. Or how did this happen to you?
Well, it was either being, an action martial arts star or an energy broker. I mean, obviously, I went the way that I should have.
Right.
No, to be honest with you, I think that the energy field is interesting to me. To be honest with you,
energy field. That's pretty funny.
You like that,
I see what
everybody?
You did there.
You're welcome.
That's good.
But one of the things that I think that it's really, I don't even know if it's about the energy. It's more about the personality part of sales. I really like sales. I enjoy talking to different companies and enjoy networking and all that kind of fun stuff. So I kind of fell into this business 7 years ago, and then decided about a year ago to open up my own company, and Chrono was born. So, it wasn't a dream of mine, but it is now.
Right.
So now I look at it as this is going to be a legacy for my children.
Right. I like how you did that whole superhero metaphor thing, and then you fell into an energy field.
Right.
That was cool. Like I had this mental image of you falling into an energy. Anyway, it was kind of like like Peter Parker and the spider. Exactly. So you mentioned for a second martial arts. What do you mean? Like you at some point there was a martial arts thing going on? What do you mean?
Yeah, so my background is I was a martial artist my entire life. I mean, my parents threw me in at 4 or 5 years old because obviously I had a lot of energy to burn off and either lock me in a closet or put me in martial arts. So I did martial arts my entire life. I became a teacher as a teenager, and then in my early 20s I opened up a couple karate schools in the area. So I did that for quite a few years, and then decided to kind of change gears and get I hate to say it, but kind of a real job.
Right.
I wanted to go in the corporate field, and that's what I did. I went into a company that was out of Eatontown, a large gas supplier. Worked there for quite a few years. Moved to another company out of Washington State, but it let me work from home because I love to work from home.
Yes.
I got my kids and everything else. And then about a year ago, I woke up and I said, "Man, I've got to change some things. I want to start my own company where I have my own rules and have everybody understand energy a little more and have a little more moral compass to what I do."
And so here we are, Chrono Energy.
Exactly.
Chrono Energy. You had a lot of energy to burn.
Exactly.
I like what you did there.
We're the energy ninjas.
Again. Okay, good. And you mentioned networking. So we were up against a break. So when we come back, I'm going to go out on a limb, right? And I'm going to say that you're pretty much a professional networker at this point. So I want you to drop some tips, give the world of Patrick Trushell in networking and the how-to guide to networking by Patrick Trushell when we get back. Can we do that?
Yes, absolutely.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin back after this.
Everything you need to know about the Jersey Shore. This is Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Hey, welcome back. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. We are here with the newly promoted president of Chrono Energy, Patrick Trushell. So, Patrick, like I said, I kind of consider you to be a professional networker. So why don't you, you kind of burst on the scene at the Toms River Chamber of Commerce. And so tell me what your mindset is there. Why do you think that's so important?
I've been in the industry for quite a few years, and I never got a chance to do any kind of local business ever. I have stuff ranging, all over kind of the United States. But, when I decided to open up my company, I wanted to try to become the hometown energy hero.
Right.
Got that?
Yeah, see what you're doing there.
I moved. Yeah. Anyway, so that was the idea. So, the first thing I thought of was obviously let me look at the chamber, and I went and I met the girls at the chamber, which, to be honest with you, was a great experience. I didn't realize that the chamber did so much around town. Because I just was never really involved. So once I kind of got involved, it almost seemed like instantaneously it was almost like a family feeling to me.
Right.
And everybody was really nice, and they have these great networking breakfasts that I only missed one since I've been a member. I think I've been a member since October or November of 2015. So we're still fairly new. But one of the main things you need to do is when you join a chamber of commerce or something like that, you really need to put yourself in there and let everybody know who you are and what you do. And I'm not a pushy salesperson at all. I think anybody that knows me in the community knows that I'm not I'm not the first guy to pull out a business card at lunch. It's not my
You're like
style.
the second guy.
I'm like the second guy.
You're like, wait, that guy just pulled his business card.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
My business card's always a little bigger, so on purpose.
Got it,
So anyway, but so that's kind of where I've gone so far, and we throw a couple little small sponsorships here and there, but I like to be involved with things. I've joined a couple committees that has just given me an opportunity to learn more about people and what they're doing around here.
So am I hearing you correctly in saying that if you just pay the membership fees for these organizations, you magically don't end up with business?
Yeah. I'm not going to I have to not agree with at all. Because,
really?
To be honest with you, I know a few people that have joined and just, I've heard the complaint, I haven't gotten anything from them. I'm like, well, what'd you go to? What are you involved with? Well, there it is, guys. You really have to join. You've got to be involved and go to the networking events. And I mean, the breakfast thing is free. And I've joined a couple other things since I've opened the doors to Chrono. I mean, Tom's River has been really great for me, to be honest with you. But you really have to put yourself out there.
Yes, you need to devote the appropriate amount of energy to anything that you're doing.
Exactly.
Right?
Great. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, listen, you fell into an energy field, and then you had all this extra energy as a child. I mean, listen, it's been one energy pun after another. I think when we review this, we're going to have to tick mark.
And obviously make T-shirts, right? Exactly.
T-shirts. That's good thinking. All right. So you do the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce. I know you're in the bad. Can I say ASS? I can't say. Can I say? It's bad butt networking, but it's not butt.
Like that.
It's the other word.
The A word.
It's bad A networking. You do that. Anything else you're doing? What other chambers are you in?
I'm actually in the Bricktown Chamber.
Nice.
In the Point Pleasant Beach Chamber.
Nice.
Now, recently.
Yeah,
and I'm part of the Property Owners Association here in New Jersey. That's a people that own multiple properties, things of that sort. And that's I allocate obviously certain amounts of time of my week to go to these things.
Right.
And as an owner of the company, it's sometimes a little hard, but if you really want to get to know people, you've got to show up.
Absolutely. You get back what you put in. So,
Bingo.
Patrick Trushell, President, Chrono Energy. When we come back, we are giving you your magic wand.
Perfect.
I'm just trying to think of how to make it, which is good because, as we know, Patrick, any good superhero needs some kind of a wand or pixie dust or fairy dust or some way to make it different. So we're going to give that to you when we get back. Learn more about Patrick Trushell, Chrono Energy, when we get back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin after this.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. 6:32 Thursday, June 16th, 67 degrees. Get up to 67 degrees today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. To join the conversation with Patrick Trushell. Pat, we have all the lines lit up right now, so we have a bunch of callers. No, that's a lie. We have nobody. There's nobody calling. But that's okay because we got so much to talk about. So here we go. Number one, I want you to explain to me, right? How is it hard? I always am envious of folks that could figure out how to sell intangibles. Like, I think it's pretty easy to sell someone like a new car or a house. I'm not saying it's easy, but you know what I mean. Like, you can drive it, you can sit in it, you can envision it. You can't go home and unwrap your brand new Energy, right? And then play with it, and then give it to the kids to play with. So is that what kind of challenges does that present?
I like to change that. I never call myself an energy salesperson. We're not selling. I'm actually not selling anything.
Right.
The idea is, the only thing I'm probably selling, and that's not true either, is my services. But we're not selling. We're just consulting. We're consulting the business owners on what contracts to use and what rates to lock in at, and when to do that. I try not to tell anybody, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an energy salesman. Well, that's a hard thing to explain. It's a hard thing to explain anyway when it comes to being a broker.
Right.
But I don't look at it as a sale. I look at it as just a consulting and helping people kind of save money. So figuring it out is obviously the harder part. And being in my own company has been there's been a lot of challenges with that too. But we're obviously We're doing something right because people are.
And how many people are you kind of running into that have just like bad deals that they've signed?
Oh, so many. There's so many, especially locally here. To be honest with you, just to give you a quick case. There's a company here in town that a friend of mine referred me to, and I went over and I took a look at her electric bill, and she was paying actually double of what JCP&L is actually charging from another supplier,
which is a bad deal.
Which is a terrible.
Was it
deal.
Really good energy though?
No, it was not as good as you think it would.
Okay,
be. Not for 18 cents a kilowatt hour when the utility's 10.
Got it.
So obviously we got her out of the contract and we put her in a better contract that was literally half of what she was paying, and she was. It was a really small deal, but it was such a kind of a good feeling because I felt so bad for her. She was a struggling small business that was getting beat up from a bad company, bad advertising, and just not a good feel for me. So
cool. Does it feel good to save people money like that? Like you can rest your head on your pillow at night knowing that you've done the right thing for people.
Yeah, it does. As small as some companies, they look at their electric bill and it's $500 and they say, how much is he really going to save me? But those are the same people that are trying to find out how to, pay their electric bill sometimes too. So yeah, it's kind of a cool feeling to be able to save people money that need it or that don't need it, even large companies.
Right, and I know you also offer a couple of affinity programs with some local partners. You want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, sure. Ocean County Board of Realtors, we just did an affinity deal with them. So all of their offices they're affiliated with and all of the realtors that are affiliated with them are all now using us. We just started the program actually last week, so it's going to run for a couple of weeks. We're going to gather all the information and shop as a big aggregation for them. And then, everybody there will get a price that they couldn't get on their own because they're not shopping all together. We do that with a couple. There's a chamber right now that's about to approve it, hopefully on July 12th. So, that'll be the first chamber to approve that. But, that's the idea is to do these big aggregations, get everybody the best pricing possible with an aggregation instead of them doing it on their own.
Right. That's cool. So, strength in numbers.
Absolutely.
Right, strength in numbers. Got it. Okay. So listen, we've alluded to your your superpower skills,
right?
Or your hope of having superpower skills all throughout the interview. Starting with your martial arts superhero skills. Right. So now, Pat, this is the beauty of radio, right? The beauty of radio is that number one, I seem attractive. Right, because it's just you just hear me, then it's all downhill from there. But number two is that we have the ability to give you the Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin magic wand. We give it to you for just a moment, for just one opportunity to make a difference, to make an impact, to make something change in a world that otherwise you might not be able to change. So Patrick Trushell, President, Chrono Energy, what are you doing with said magic wand?
Oh, gosh, magic wand, huh? No superheroes ever had a wand. We're going to change it to the magic sword today.
Nice.
I would say, I'm not going to go with the Miss America answers. of world peace and saving puppies. But I will say this: there's a couple things that in my industry, magic wand would be to tap everybody on the head and have them understand exactly what we do. On a bigger picture, I think that to be honest with you, especially in New Jersey, if some of the politicians and some of the things that are going on, if people can actually just step out of that political mindset, take a look at some of the problems that we're having, think about it maybe more as a business aspect, I think that a lot of the problems would go away.
Right.
I listen to the radio show and I listen to a lot of the things that you say, and I actually agree with a lot. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you disagree with there, Pat?
Well, I'm not going to bring that up right now, obviously, because I'm 1 foot out of the door. So we're going to stop it there. But yeah, no, I really think that would be one of the things. And the other thing is, I think that I would love Tom's River to have a downtown district that would have bars and restaurants and lounges and all that kind of cool stuff. Because I love this town. I think it's pretty cool. My kids go to school here, and I think it would be kind of a cool add to this town.
Right. Well, Patrick, listen, I'm going to say, Pat, I feel like those were all good. I do feel like you kind of took advantage of the magic wand here because I think it was
more than one.
As I go back to the judges, Zach, that was more than one wish, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a stretch there.
Yeah, kind of we went from awareness to politicians to downtown. All good thoughts.
I'm covering everything with
all
the sword.
Good thoughts, but I guess the magic sword
yeah.
is mightier than the wand.
Yeah.
Something like that. Patrick, where could folks learn more about Chrono Energy? Where could they go to have some knowledge dropped on them about your business and what you do and how they can contact you?
They can go to our website is www.chronoenergy.com, or they can email me at info@chronoenergy.com. I'd love to give out my personal email, but it's my last name. Nobody will ever say it or spell it right. So info@chronoenergy.com is probably the best email to reach us if you have any questions or if you need anything as far as your energy needs for your company, your business.
Okay, cool. And how about a Facebook page? You have a Facebook page?
I do. It's Chrono Energy. It's Chrono. You can just look up Chrono Energy, or you can even find me, Patrick Trushell, and we'll become friends and I'll tell you all about the energy world. Yeah, just like that.
That's the great thing about Facebook. It really builds your self-esteem like crazy because everyone will be your friend on Facebook.
Exactly.
Then you see them in real life and they're like, who are you?
Yeah, exactly.
Great. Very, very good. Or the other way you can probably see Pat is by coming to any event, any networking event at the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, or in Point Pleasant Beach, or in Bricktown, or at the Bad A networking events. I can't say the full word. I could just say Bad A. You can, put in the other S's afterwards. Leave off the last S for savings. Patrick, thank you for spending. Oh, wait. Do we have a wait for it? Do we hold on. Zach's on the phone. This is awkward. No, it's nothing. All right. Pat, thank you so much for your time this morning. And, I'm sure I'll probably run into you at some point in the not-too-distant future.
I would hope so. We'll see everybody on July 9th at Skip's Florist for Lemonade Day.
Lemonade Day. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Back after this.